Hello, I'm Claus Uriza Paulsen. I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark. I'm actually originally a music librarian and studied media for many years. Started in here to challenge how to promote new music. Actually, that's what I do real life. I usually spend most day sitting listening to a lot of new albums on CDs and selecting the very best of those, and we offer the entire library systems, public libraries in Denmark, these albums. And then I just wanted to explore how I could make this service into a 3D environment, and that's how I founded and started Pop Art Lab. Well, it's almost 2 to 3 years ago. It's in here. We stream like 10 to 20 new albums each week. They're running in four different listening booths or domes, representing 4 different genres in rock, pop, electronica, and R&B and hip-hop music. It's kind of a mix of a music library where people can just come and listen to this, and also, of course, many of them actually go buy these albums legally. Well, how I got into Second Life, I started in here 3 years ago. I think it was in March 2007, and I was just curious. There was a lot of hype in the media, and some of my friends at my office talked a lot about this virtual stuff, and I went in here. I went to some parties. I looked at the map to find out where all the people were, and found some very cool communities where I stayed for many months. What I discovered here, I discovered a lot of creativity first of all. Well, of course there were parties, and in the sim where I usually say I was born, they had back then 3 years ago they had the longest racetrack, and also we did a lot of combats. We had gunfights and stuff like that in Second Life. About Pop Art Lab, we started back in September 2008. Officially we had a huge opening event there, and we happened to actually front the secondlife.com page, so we had a lot of traffic here the first 3 or 4 months. I'm not a builder myself, so Pop Art Lab is actually a kind of collective of friends of mine. I have lived and had a good time within Second Life for more than 3 years. So we are kind of a team who know each other very well. We know what I like. We kind of specialize in futuristic buildings, and we don't really like to replicate real life. We don't see any point in doing that. But first of all, we stream a lot of new music albums here. On the future of music in virtual worlds, well, it's hard to say, but I see a lot of artists in here. Sometimes I feel there are more artists than there's actually audiences. And right now we see a lot of solo performers, which kind of with a guitar and a voice, or maybe only one instrument. And that's kind of somehow it's a showstopper for some, because many people want to see a band or stuff. It gets kind of boring, even if some of them are very, very clever and good artists. I think there's a lot of opportunities in here, because you can sit in your bedroom and record a live concert, and you have the audience and you get the feedback. I would love to see, and I think we'll see the major artists. Maybe we'll use worlds like this, like a kind of if they're going to record an album, they can play their songs in smaller audiences and rehearse in here and find out what tunes is really successful. And I also actually think that music, the way we think like of music today, which is very much based on recordings, and then people release an album of recordings. I think we'll see much more live music, and the word live will actually go into the music world, music industry, as well as we have seen on the blogs and all the real-time text material on the internet. So I think that's my take on the future on music. How I look at music machinima in here, well, it's actually, I think, an issue, maybe not the right word, but I've seen I've seen the last 6 months or something. I've seen a lot more collaborating work between machinima communities and music communities in here, and of course there are some people say there are too many machinimas with dancing avatars, and it really is boring to many people. But I think it's great to see the collaboration between these communities, especially because it's cheap productions. I mean, well, they take a lot of time, but it's a cheap way to create some very original material. Art in Second Life, it's an amazing thing. I think we have there's so many talented art people in here, and the cool thing about it is that they mix a lot of different. It's not like paint a picture. It's like the whole pack of. They have animations. They have moving objects, things, and I actually think that there are so much. It's really a powerful community in here. Also, an example is particle shows. I've seen, I know a few guys who make these particle shows, and it's some of the most amazing 3D graphics I've ever seen. About virtual worlds and where I'll be in 10 years. Oh wow! I think we'll see them become more easy to enter. I think we'll see them become web-based. I think it's a bit like Facebook. No one 10 years ago had any imagination that everyone will tell everyone what they are doing all day long at Facebook. No one believed that, and I think it's about the same with virtual worlds. I think it will become a natural part of the whole online community, the whole internet. It's very interesting. I mean, I've studied media since I started as a librarian on the studies there, and I think we live in an age for media which is fantastic and also very unpredictable. But and we have only seen the start yet. We don't know really how to use virtual worlds really now. We try, and I think about 20% or something of what we do in Second Life right now is actually what we'll see works. We'll be laughing a lot about what people do in here, or what they did in here in the beginning, because some of it was just not very successful.